Welcome to Poorly Reviewed, where we are today just going to talk about what we want to talk about mostly.
Uh-huh. That's what we do every time.
Yeah, I mean, but we kind of focus on what's kind of current, catching up on trailers and stuff, talking about stuff that, people were talking about previously.
That's what I'm
We're
doing.
like our version of last week tonight or something.
I am last week tonight.
Go see The Lion King in theaters. But today, I guess, I'm taking the reins here. So, do you want to talk about a movie we just watched last night? Where we
can talk about that. Let's go for it.
Let's talk about Deaundra Brown.
She's
Deaundra Brown is
wonderfully talented individual.
She is a triple threat. She wears many hats. According to her music
And
video,
wigs.
hats. She's a writer, actor, photographer, model, singer, actress, director, all of the above. Like anything media related, she's probably done it.
Alien.
But she's most infamous from the now taken down review of Diamond Cobra versus the White Fox that Red Letter Media did, which it's a fantastic video if you ever see a re-upload somewhere. But we just saw one of her other movies, a previous movie before Diamond Cobra, called Plum. And I have a suspicion that she made the movie based around the fact that she has a Party City alien girl outfit and that purple and light green wig. And I've seen it before with one of my friends. Oh, someone's got an email
I'm
or
popular.
Discord message about World of Warcraft. Anyway.
Listen, the movie was a fever dream. I could not tell you exactly the story. All I remember, there was cheetah vampire, human hybrids.
And they're from Plum.
And they're from the planet Plummet.
Plummet. Well, let's wait. One thing. Let's unpack this thing.
The dad yeeted a plum out the driver's side window of the spaceship.
The space UFO. Listen, the main reason we're talking about it is because we're trying to produce a new series of videos where we do live reactions to the movies that are being we've watched. Like, we like doing recalls as well because like our retelling of it is really fun. We also want to show our initial reactions to the trailers and the movies as they go because it gets wilder than the trailers ever show you. So I saw Plum with my friend, one of my best friends, on our own, just watching it, and we couldn't comprehend it. And I watched it in full. It's 2 hours, just like Diamond Cobra, and I still didn't understand what was going on. And I kind of blanked it out of my head because I wanted to forget that fever dream. And then I watched it again, and I still don't know what is happening.
Freed up space in your memory.
Yeah. So, I just wanted to share Sean's first reactions to the movie and try to do something a little different. I mean, and I couldn't figure out a name for our kayfabe storyline for this video. So if you guys got any suggestions, you can definitely put them in the comments below if you want. But it's basically we're just watching the movie and reacting to it. All of them are going to be bad movies. Most of the time, they're going to be movies that I've seen independently on my own, and then Sean is being subjected to the horror because I was debating on showing him a Neil Breen film that I really wanted to rewatch because like Plum, there's blanks in my memory because it was a fever dream in my opinion. So yeah. So do you have anything you want to add to the Plum experience?
It was way too long. I don't. Like, how does someone make a 2-hour movie about nothing?
There's a lot that happens though.
Like the whole like sequence at the beginning when their kids die, I guess, is ridiculous.
Yeah, or just the whole narration over her visuals. The plum is from the planet Plummet and blah blah blah, and it's like, wait, what? And first of all, the music is mixed so loud I can't hear what you're saying, and it doesn't matter.
Make sense to me why someone would go out of their way to make something that they obviously do not have the ability to make.
Well, she wears many hats.
She don't have a budget. It's a zero budget
Right.
feature film that she's
Right.
trying to make as this galactic
The
conquest
budget
thing.
went to the actors because all the visual effects and stuff is all done by her.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Why would you do something in your right mind? She's obviously not in her right mind. But why would you do something that you physically do not have the ability to actually
If you're gonna
complete
steal
correctly?
different assets from, clips from YouTube videos of like mech on green screen, you're gonna drop that one in. You're gonna have these bat and cheetahs flying out. Her title's credit. I don't know if it was like just stuff that was already on a computer, or stuff that she stole, or took
added smoke effects to them smoking joints.
And the joints
were just rolled up.
They were folded pieces of
paper sleeves.
It was like, how you used to make that little paper football? Just fold it until you can kind of make it as long as, like, as the diameter of a cigarette, and also flatten that as well, because they were trying to give the illusion that it was like a pre-roll or something.
Why would you do that if no one in there had smoked cigarettes or just does anything like that? Like, that's something you could practically do.
There's people. I mean, there's people she has in the movie that obviously smoke or know how to smoke, like barbecue. I mean, not barbecue. The green screen bartender is in this movie as well. A lot of her wheelhouse is in this movie. So egg salad. Same actors that she always used from all her movies are there, and they're grown adults that one of the guys smokes a pack a day. And the other guy, remember the guy who's supposed to be the dreadlock dude who grew up to look like Montel Williams?
That guy
he
grew up
smokes a pack a day or something.
Awfully. That poor man, 6 years, he aged 65 years.
Yeah, it was 10 years.
I'm still stuck. Listen.
You're still thinking about the movie.
Why would you try to make a scene where two people smoke a joint?
He was really disturbed by that scene.
A smoke effect to it because neither one of them smoke. One guy is obviously a basketball player. The other guy is probably an actor.
No, he's the higher talent for sure.
And they just don't do it. Yet, why wouldn't you change the scene so they do something else? You added this problem for yourself.
When she started to get more of a budget, it seems like with these later movies like Plum and Diamond Cobra, obviously the love interest, the sort of love interest, sort of bad guy, because I see parallels with Diamond Cobra, because in Diamond Cobra she is a hired talent, cute actor to be the boyfriend that she wants, and then it turns out he's a jerk, and then she gets retribution. And the same thing happens in this one. We're not going to go into spoilers, but he's kind of a jerk and pressures her and does stuff like that. And then does she get retribution? No, yes, she does. She sure does in the same scene. I'm sorry. Okay. Those are both, this is a trope that she has. Like, she has a hired actor for both those parts.
I am asking the question, why would she do a scene where people smoke a joint, or she has to add effects in because they can't actually smoke the joint? Why wouldn't they do something else?
She's like Ed Wood. We'll just do it. Cut, print, moving on.
She's like, I already wrote it in the script. I can't change it.
We'll just add that in post, and no one's gonna notice that. This is nothing about the tiny details. It's about the big picture. This is Ed Wood. That's literally the quote from the movie, guys. Have you seen Ed Wood? And Sean hasn't seen Ed Wood.
I haven't seen Ed Wood.
Honestly, with no joke, I feel like she definitely has a similar mindset as like that Ed Wood quote, or so-called Ed Wood. Anyways, Sean was very hurt to see me rent it for $5.99.
This is the second time she rented it, and she's gonna have to buy it so we can actually make the video.
Saw that joint scene, his jaw dropped. I had to pick his jaw.
I'm still stuck on it. Obviously, I'm still talking about it. I don't want to move on.
Remember when she gave birth? When that lady gave birth? Remember?
That was less disturbing for some reason.
Remember the plastics vampire teeth
That's less disturbing than them. At least they practically had somebody with the teeth in.
Guys, like...
She had to comp in a smoke effect.
When she sneezed, too. Remember? Hachu!
The smoke, the nuclear explosion, purple explosions.
She had a mushroom cloud come out in purple whenever
she sneezed on every table in that pizza place.
She started a pandemic in her movie. God. It was very
It's very topical.
I felt very attacked. Very attacked. And one of my favorite parts about thinking about and talking about that movie right now is that we think about how does she go to this pizza place, because she films at real locations. She films inside the Macy's. In fact, that's another Diamond Cobra parallel.
They guerrilla shot in the Macy's.
In a Macy's and all types of places, and with shaky cam because her mom was holding it, and she's like, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm just holding it.
They guerrilla shot inside of an actual hospital too.
Yes.
And a couple other things.
I just wonder about the places that she has to have a few shots. Like the pizza place was probably still open for business on the day that they were shooting, or they went there real early or something. Or about the dentist office where she films the hospital scene, or the hotel where she films all her apartment scenes, and then the motel scene, and just the opening scene alone is just like, what is happening?
Because it's the girl dancing.
Girl dancing next to her utility closet in the hotel. And
still don't understand why the girl was dancing.
Because it's symbolic.
Of what?
Shit.
The movie.
Also, I love that she has a cameo appearance of her.
Oh yeah,
the music star.
It gets real meta where she's dancing to herself, singing on stage to herself while she's grinding up against the dude by herself.
There's a scene in The Fanatic where that movie that's directed by Limp Bizkit. What was his name?
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst, yeah. Well, he's Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit is the name of the band.
Well, Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst. Sorry, excuse me. I gotta put respect on his name.
Put respect on Limp Bizkit. Put respect
on his name, okay?
Chocolate covered starfish and hot dog flavored water.
Oh my God, it's such a dumb name. Anyway,
rolling.
There's a scene where Devin Sawa is driving in the car, and he's like, "You want to listen to Little Limp Bizkit?" And he turns the volume up. He's like, "Yeah, this is such a good song." He's like, "Oh yeah." They straight up have that in this movie with, who is this? Oh, it's Deaundra Brown's new song, "Classy Chicks."
And everybody knows the words. Everyone knows the words.
But they didn't know who it was.
Everyone dances to it.
And then Plum goes to the prom. The title character's name is Plum. She goes to the prom.
What an awful name. I wonder if there's anyone out there actually named Plum. I'm going to look it up.
Probably someone named Plum out there. If there's an apple, there got to be a plum somewhere.
Probably. I'm going to look it up.
Okay. There's a prom scene where they have catered in that big long club sandwich where everybody, different slices and everything, with some fruit and some cups of juice. Deaundra Brown is the big star attraction for the prom to perform her hit single "Classy Chicks" in her own movie cameo appearance. It was pretty good.
There's a British-born novelist named Plum Sykes.
Plum Sykes. That's awesome. That's a great name. Come on, that's great.
Plum Sykes.
Oh, what's Plum Sykes? So yeah, it's an experience. Sean he was so disturbed, his mouth was agape most of the time the movie was playing.
One particular scene, I was absolutely stunned. I had more fun watching Fateful Findings than this one.
Seriously?
Fateful Findings is still my favorite bad movie.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. What is is it because of the delivery of the dialogue is so wooden and weird?
Yeah, and yeah.
It's kind of really like it's like a Tim and Eric sketch, isn't it? Like a full Tim
Yeah,
and Eric
it's I mean
movie.
it's a little bit more. He at least frames things usually.
Yeah, no heads.
She'll put the camera somewhere and we'll be looking at someone's chest while they're delivering their dialogue
Or
because she didn't
someone's
have
head
another
is
shot
cut
and didn't do
off.
any coverage. That's what I said. There's just no
Oh,
coverage whatsoever
right,
because she just did everything one time and
right.
said, "Good, got it,
Cut, print. Let's move it on. What's there to protect? That was perfect. I have 48 scenes to shoot tonight. Fateful Findings. Speaking of which, I was debating on showing you I Am Here Now, which has the longest ellipses in between. So a lot of people who review it, they do this joke where they're like, I am here. Wait for it. Now. And but the thing is, I got hyped to try to watch it because some of Neil Breen's stuff is on Prime and some of it's not. It was because the way to get his movies is so convoluted and unnecessary.
Yeah, I saw the site.
Yeah, like you have to say, I want to buy, what's the last one, Twisted Pair, and then you say in the description, no, I want I Am Here Now. And then Neil Breen, like,
Burns you a disc.
Yeah, he burns the disc copy, and he signs it, but himself, like, everyone, Good, Bad, or Bad Bad was so happy that they got a signed copy, and then when he corrected his order, he was like, got it. Like, no, you Breen. Specifically, it's like, oh, okay, I'll just throw the CD, DVD, ROM in the trash. Just burn you another one. So, yeah, I Am Here Now. I don't know what's going on, but it's not on there. So next time I'm gonna find it.
He's not proud of that one.
Oh no, he's gotta be because that is like the super amalgamation of basically Neil Breen makes the same movie over and over again. Double Down is a secret agent in the desert, right? And then so is Fateful Findings, but he's also an author. I Am Here Now is that he's zombie Jesus who's decided that zombie robot Jesus because when he comes down, he has a motherboard on his chest and all types of the RAM on his arms, and then the stigmata. So you get it. He's Jesus, but he's super Jesus. He's super powerful. He's Mecha Jesus. He
Mecha Jesus.
Mecha Jesus zombie.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, there's this famous clip. I don't know where he was, but it's like some sort of film festival where he does a questionnaire, Q&A, and somebody was like, so where do you come up with your images? Like, baby heads in the desert, what is that all about? He's like, it means whatever you want it to mean. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this means that. Whatever, I'm just telling you right now. It's got multiple meanings, and someone was like, give us the first one. Give us the second one.
Give us your meaning.
Exactly.
Why did you do it?
That's why I asked the question. That's why I came up here and asked you. He's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Whatever you want to be.
Yeah, but I would do. So, yeah, it's like the seed. It takes place in Vegas. It's so Vegas. And he's filming in like open areas. Like people are looking dead at the camera and all of that. And he drops down and he's like, I'm sick of the human species. I will judge you. You have polluted this planet. I am so disappointed in you. And no good. This ain't just no good. Like, and he has the power to freeze people, which means they just stop. That. You remember this?
I remember the freeze frame.
Yeah, and then everyone is so cartoony bad. Like this guy accidentally runs over the dude's foot in a wheelchair, and he knocks him off the wheelchair as a result. And he says, "That's just not right."
Makes him disappear, right?
No, he explodes his eyes.
Oh.
And on the Vegas Strip, where he's in front of all these tourists, yelling and screaming with ketchup over his face. And then there's also these two sisters. One works for an environmental. Well, anyway, don't wave the story of I Am Here Now away.
Listen,
it's so good. I
want to watch it without any preconceived notions.
All right, I won't say anymore, but definitely it's his.
Because
I think it's pass through. The first pass at pass through.
I've only watched Fateful Findings in full.
We're debating on looking at the rest of his catalog.
I mean, I know everyone else and their moms has watched a lot of Neil Breen stuff and covered it.
Because it's amazing. It's fantastic. He's
But
a true auteur.
Fateful Findings is amazing.
It's his magnum opus.
I want to see other stuff from him, but I feel like I need to go in completely blind so I can appreciate the ridiculousness of it.
I won't say anything else. All I know is that it was probably the most unique out of the three. When I first saw it, out of the three that was released, which was Double Down, this one, his second feature, I Am Here Now, and then Fateful Findings. Fateful Findings we saw together. I went back. I said, I'm not doing Double Down because that's just that ain't gonna happen. Because did you see how they lost their Red Letter Media lost their minds watching that? No, I didn't show it to you. But anyway, I Am Here Now was the only one that was unique because Double Down and Fateful Findings are just the same movie. They're the same goddamn movie. It's a magic rock, desert, wife, dead, like teleportation, stuff like that. It's so So it's definitely worth the watch though, Sean. All right, then similarly, we also saw some sort of movie that is really.
Sorry, I like how you had to think of the word movie because you can't really describe this movie as a movie.
It's an audio visual product.
Yes.
It's an audio visual something or other, with sequential photographs. Is that what it is? Is that what the technical
rapid photographs with sound?
Motion photographs with sound and but anyway, it's this movie called Ghost of Darkness, which is probably the most elusive DVD I've ever tried to capture in my life. I did order it. It's gonna be here sometime.
I wonder if it was like a Sci-Fi Channel thing.
Probably.
At some point, and that's how it got released, and you can't find it anymore because.
And of course, it's released by either Wild Eye or Uncorked. I want to say Uncorked.
Market quality.
It's slightly better than Wild Eye. Wild Eye released Robo Woman.
Wild Eye's got that crazy eye. It's wild.
It's Mad Eye Moody up in here. Anyway, Mad Eye is Mad Eye Moody. So it's about.
What is it about, Asia? What is this movie about?
If I say this out loud.
Can you remember the B plot?
I got it. I'm just trying to recreate. I'm recreating it. I'm just recreating I'm going into my mind palace right now. Okay.
Movie is wild.
I'm doing the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Macarena.
Macarena.
This is a story all about how this house got turned upside down about a demon addict, and the girl tried to tell you it's not something. I don't know.
That was not bad.
Someday I'll have the full EP out there because I make all types of remixes of songs.
She does.
Okay, so there's a cold open with a family that moves into this obviously spooky as hell house. The girl doesn't like the closet, and there's a demon in the closet that possesses everyone and kills the family. It's basically this house is bad, okay? And every time someone moves in there, they die. Yeah. And then they get some paranormal mumbo jumbo man and a paranormal mumbo jumbo man, but with science, to the house. And this creepy British dude tells them to bunk up for, what was it, a week? About a week, right?
I can't remember the exact time frame, but they had to stay there for a certain period of time to
basically dispel the rumors.
Yeah, to determine that the place actually isn't haunted.
Yeah, to show the public at large that this place is available for still good for sale. Like, you can take this house is totally safe. One dude who believes in the paranormal says it's cool, and the other dude who used scientific hard evidence. I love that word, hard. Shout out Ralph. Anyway, they show up, and there's a guy in this movie who basically throughout the entire movie, you can tell he's a theater actor, and I am not throwing any shade to theater actors. I'm just saying that once some theater actors transfer over to film, they still act for the back row. And this guy is acting for the back row on steroids.
He's acting for the back row in a different theater.
In the auditorium in the Soldier Field. He's acting for the back row to Soldier Field or the what's it called, this Hollywood Bowl. But the paranormal dude who is he's a shyster. He basically
he's a shyster, but he also believes.
They don't ever just. That's another reason why this movie is so fascinating to me, because this character is supposed to be either legitimate but also a shyster at the same time. He's a grifter, but also he's super spiritual. He's like, I'm an opportunist, but also
he's kind of like Michael J. Fox's character from Frighteners, but not good.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Is that why you made me watch Frighteners like soon after?
Yeah.
You're like, let me re-educate. Let me re-educate this chick, because this is not. And that's probably why you had so much offense to the movie, isn't it?
Because Frighteners is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I mean, so basically they tried to take the plot of Frighteners and they're like, ooh, what could be even cooler? Ooh, we have to put a skeptic guy who has a dark past and a dark mystery about him and why he hates ghosts and stuff. Even though that should convince him that ghosts are real if he thinks that his wife was rational until she got possessed or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird.
But all this stuff that we're talking about is the backstory.
It's inconsequential.
It doesn't actually happen in the movie. They talk about it, but you don't see any of it.
Yeah.
You don't see that he's this con artist, but who also believes.
He's supposed to be the comedic part.
He's also the comedic relief, yes. But you don't see that he does anything. You don't see him
do anything.
The shystering, for the lack of a better term.
Yeah.
To anybody else. You just see him come to this place. He's kind of he's a septic tank.
Yeah.
he's a skeptic.
Right.
And but he's also a believer, and then you got the other guy who's basically Ghost Adventures.
He's Zach Baggins.
Yeah.
But not a shyster, because Zach Baggins.
He tries to dispel basically the other guy.
With science.
In another world, they would basically be butting heads because he would go somewhere and try to prove that this guy is a fake.
Right.
But they had to work together.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna confess something right now. I'm kind of obsessed with like videos of people, like old videos of James Randi, disproving psychics and stuff. Like if they actually put like a Randy and like a real, like that dude who believes that he's like a psychic and mystic and all of that, and he's just like, all right, do one thing. Oh, you can't. Oh, it doesn't work when I do it.
Why are you holding your mic?
Because it was covered right there, so let me hold my mic. Let me hold my little mic. All right.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, it would be fun, but then this guy is just like, ooh, potato chips. I'm gonna eat potato chips all over your shit. And he tells him, "Don't touch my shit, dude." And he's like, "Oh,
yeah."
It's grease on the.
The movie.
It's like, is he a toddler?
The movie forces conflict between these two for like the first 45 minutes, and then they have to come together at the end, like towards the back half, as ghostly shit starts happening. And then they become friends / lovers at the end, essentially.
Yeah, they were basically just braiding each other's hair, swapping manly stories, making waffles in the morning, all of that. You want a taste of my paranormal dude, British dude?
Bring it.
There's some things in life here that cannot be explained.
It's not like Australian.
Whatever. He's like, what's the dude's name? Joey or something? Let's just call him Joey. No, I'll talk to you. Frank?
I think his name was Frank. I think it started with an F. I'm gonna look it up.
Frank. Sean. There's some things in this house. Some things in this house that are angry. He did literally. He talks like that every single time, and then they'll be like, you get this if you all the incentive of staying in the ghost of darkness house is that they
His
each
name was Jack.
Jack, yeah, something simple. They both no, because it's like the first pass, dude.
The dude's the other guy, the guy you're mimicking.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Jonathan Blazer.
Yes, that's right. I am Jonathan Blazer at your service. he's like that the entire time, dude. He's on 11 the whole time with his silly. I am the paranormal investigator. Oh no, he's more of a I am the psychic, here to guide you on your quest. Ranger, warrior, acrobat. And I'm playing it just a touch up, but not by much. Not by much, guys. I'm not joking. And the incentive for them to stay in this house was like each one of them got like 20,000. What was it, like $50,000, 50K?
Something like that.
Yeah, they get like they got like a quarter of it up front, and then the rest is later. And he has the nerve to snatch the other dude's check. Remember?
I don't remember that part.
Oh well, the guy, this creepy real estate man is just like, it is, you have to stay in this house for 7 days to prove to the public, here are your checks. And he's just like, yoink. I'll just hang on to these for me and old Jack here. Jonathan Blazer.
So Jonathan Blazer, real name Paul Flannery.
Right, yeah.
He's only done 2 films.
And the other one we've seen.
We've seen both of them. Mm-hmm. One was Ghost of Darkness from 2017, and the other one was The Dark Within, which he also wrote.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Is that why it's basically a one-man show? Because he's only got like 4 people in the show. Mm-hmm. It was probably a play at one point.
Maybe.
Because he definitely does like theater work. Listen, we're not bullying here. We're not trying to bully here.
I'm not bullying. We've seen both of his projects.
We support.
We've seen them both.
We stand.
Paul, we got you.
We stand. It's just that we obviously know now that, from our research that yes, you've been in theater, and it shows. And it's no shade. This is not a shade. It's just like, you know what I'm trying to say.
I'm trying to find other credits for this guy if he actually is a stage actor.
He's like on his he had like a website or something, and I don't know. I saw it on a website. It was like it said like this play, that play, and working on this thing, theater. Yeah, you're working.
I found his Twitter handle.
And that's funny.
It's just funny, his Twitter handle, what it is. I'm not gonna say it on here, but.
Oh Lord! I guess I gotta look at it myself.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show it to
you. Yo! Shout out Paul Flannery. I like the handle. It's good. It's great. I think it was the first time like you were like, let's just keep it. It's fine. It was just like my first email that I did not choose. Was my mom chose it for me. It was Asia Dragon Ball Z at yahoo.com. Because she knew I like Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, Mom, not that much. And it was the full Dragon. I had to say, oh my God, how frustrating would that be if I kept it and I had to like, write it into like the email. Like, and when you go and do applications and it's like a little 2-inch spot for your email, and I'm like, Asia Dragon Ball Z.com all off the page. I'm sorry. That's just me going on a grind my gears.
I don't remember. Mine was like Sure Shot or something like that.
Yeah, I think you told me that, yeah.
Yeah.
Marksman.
Marksman was one of my gamer tags. Anything with shooting things accurately was my character or email address, essentially. Because I played too many video games where I shot things accurately.
Help. But anyway, it was a fun time watching it because it just kind of it kind of sucked us in because of the performances. I think because one person is
times.
the one person is doing the most and one person is a block of wood. That's why it's so fascinating. The dude, no, it's not like he's like not. He tried.
The contrast is.
It's very contrast. Yeah.
It's very
He's very reserved.
It's like, what's the one thing of like Nelson walking down the street while the German what the hell's his name? Nelson from The Simpsons walking down the street, and the one dude skipping around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically what this movie is.
That's a good visual. Yeah. Or like how in our recall of what's his name? What was the movie? Ride, where Double T is going ham, dancing to shit.
That's another good one.
And he's just like driving.
Double T.
Double T. I don't need no seatbelt. It was
So the end of this movie, of Ghost of Darkness, I'm not going to say exactly what happens, but it ends on a cliffhanger.
Yep. Yep.
So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yep.
And there's no sequel.
That's all I'm going to say about that. That's what they wanted. They wanted Ghost of Darkness 2. They want more people going to the house, and Paul Flannery's still there as a ghost.
Spooky.
Or demon. Yeah, basically, what did you think of the makeup of the ghost demons?
Fantastic. So good.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite was
The bubblehead man.
Bubblehead crazy eye guy.
And he was always big mad.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Wasn't the guy missing like part of his face too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was like 5 ghosts in an entire thing.
And then a big demon in the closet.
Yeah, and the big demon in the closet.
But Beelzebub is in the closet.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Yeah, closet demons. You got refrigerator demons. You got Zool. Zool was in the fridge.
Yep. Hank, he was like, this shit crazy.
I'm staying in here.
And I'm eating this Jell-O in here. You guys have fun.
Yeah, we'll cover that movie eventually.
Whenever the DVD arrives, we'll definitely do either a recall on it. We've seen it so many times. We have no reaction by now. We also caught up on some more Invincible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some revelations have occurred.
Yeah, I was watching on and off, but there's some money moves are happening.
Yeah.
It seems like every time, like just like we said, like behind the scenes with the clones, it's like, oh God, what's going on with them and everything like that.
They got a lot of plates in the air.
The robot is suspicious. He's sus as hell, and I think he's in love. He's in love with someone he shouldn't be in love with.
Well, she's 23.
But he's also a robot. She's 25.
Whatever.
Whatever.
She looks like she's 12.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think the last thing we talked about was him getting his gust busted open.
Yeah, and it picks up right there.
Yeah, it's right where we pick up. He gets his ass kicked, and then he gets in the hospital, and he's there, and we got to. Oh no, I don't think they actually do the Invincible stinger like they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They did. He was the dude was talking to the robots. He's like, "You're gonna be great. You're gonna be," and then Loki showed up in this episode.
Loki did show up.
I was shooketh. Not literally, but definitely the design is like inspired by Loki.
This is more of like a Scooby-Doo mystery this episode.
Mm-hmm.
You get the big bad is just some kind of really smart ass guy who thinks that humans are the problem with evolution.
Right.
And he wants to upgrade them himself using robot parts.
Obviously has no sense of of emotion or empathy at all.
He doesn't care. He's completely a sociopath.
Right.
Yeah, he's basically capturing alphas.
Yeah.
On
He's
the
got
campus.
a type for some reason.
Yeah. And turning them into the perfect beings.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up taking the wrong person, and he gets stopped by Invincible eventually.
Mm-hmm. It was really dark. I mean, all the stories have so far really dark. Sorry.
Everything has a consequence, though, so that's always plus. And there was other stories that were happening besides that. The A plot. You had two actual other plots. You had the B plot with Omni Man and Mom,
Mm-hmm.
and then the C plot with
Eve.
With Eve. And I mean, all of them were great character moments and advanced plots for all the stories.
Mm-hmm.
Like Eve is becoming her own person, which is great.
Yeah.
You got Omni Man's revelations are starting to be, and I just like because you don't know why he's done the things he's done thus far. And obviously he has conflict with what he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
He
had
to do it for a reason.
Yeah, he's hiding it. He's got guilt.
Mm-hmm.
So why?
But why did he do it in the first place?
Yeah. Eve's part definitely was. I was like, finally, in this world, a hero that is like actually gonna do something.
Yeah, she was. I mean, her ability is she can make anything.
Yeah, it's perfect for it.
Like she can basically cure everything in the wrong with the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine she's gonna cure too much, and it's gonna be something bad's gonna happen.
Overpopulation or something.
Yeah.
People getting too comfortable making more babies and stuff. I don't know. But the ending, like, oh, sorry about that.
No, I was gonna talk about the A plot a little bit.
Go for it.
About how it was just a simple like trip up to a college. They were going to visit a college. You know, you see that all the time in animated TV shows and stuff. They're gonna go do something, and then the main couple it gets into a tiff and things happen. Especially when it's this is the first time that he has to use his powers around Amber, and he pulled the Spidey or / Superman, where he had disappeared and shows back up as Clark Kent / Peter Parker later. And everyone thinks that he's just a coward who ran away.
Like, I remember they played that for comedy there in the Sam Raimi one, where he hightailed it out of there, leaving Aunt May high and dry. And then the bank teller's like, you got a real brave boy right there. And appropriately, Amber is like, you fucking bailed on us? you motherfucker. Yeah. You absolute piece of shit.
She gives him the riot act.
I mean, I know people will probably be annoyed because they're like so used to the superhero trope and like being frustrated on behalf of the protagonist. But at the end of the day, if that was you, you would feel the same way. If you had no clue, if you had no clue that your significant other, just imagine if that could. Oh Jesus, I would be so mad at you.
I mean, he says that he's trying to start over. Why didn't he just start over by telling her that he's invincible?
Yeah, with the truth.
Yeah. Like
the genie said, tell her the truth.
But you know, you got to keep the intention alive.
I think it's gonna happen though.
It's gonna boil over at some point, and she's gonna be like, Mark.
The fuck? Now it all makes sense.
Probably like
his friend straight up looked at him close enough. He was like, "Oh, boy, that's you."
Yeah, this is exactly what happened. I just have a feeling that as soon as she finds out that he's invincible, that she's gonna get like cut in half or some shit.
We.
That's what this show's ingrained in me. Like as soon as
don't get attached to nobody.
Things start happening that are positive, it's obviously gonna become a negative. So I fear for Amber.
I don't know if this happened, but I wasn't completely watching it. Did he officially kill Art? Did he kill Mark Hamill's character? Because they were hanging out on the roof.
No, they cut away after he gives them a beer, or possibly an entire wine bottle. I don't know. It was a big bottle.
He probably shoved that bottle down his throat to shut up. It was a 40.
They were drinking 40s on the roof.
Really?
I think so. It was a big beer bottle.
You're a gangster. No wonder. Oh, Omni-Man. I'm scared of him. I'm terrified. I'm terrified.
I'm gonna be Omni-Man for next con.
You want me to be terrified of you?
Yes.
He's a weird dude.
There's gonna be so many Omni-Man cosplayers the
Yeah.
next
Or
con we go to,
Invincibles.
and Invincible.
Yeah.
In fact, there's gonna be probably a lot of people who do a lot of the stuff because the character designs are all pretty simplistic yet
There's
unique at the
patterns.
same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's patterns for all those suits.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few of them. It's easy now. You just got to get the fabric out.
It's easy now.
Just get that fabric, sew it together.
I'm just excited to see what the reasoning behind things. I feel like we're gonna learn this in the next episode or two. I don't know how many are actually in the season. I would imagine 10. 10 is usually a firm thing for cartoon shows. They usually do 10. And then they'll pick up like a second half of the season, like in the fall or something. I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be stuck on a cliffhanger. Apparently, they actually greenlit a movie version of this too, like a feature film.
What? Like now or like when?
Like they greenlit the cartoon and the film at the same time.
I guess they're like people who like this kind of gritty, realistic, bloody superhero craziness. So let's who greenlit it? What company?
I don't know. I have to
Is
look
it gonna
up.
be Amazon again? Like their production thing?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I just don't see how you do something like this in a feature film. Like it's just there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do it. You'd have to laser focus that thing on Mark.
You're gonna get James Gunn.
Yeah, he might be able to pull it off.
Or Taika.
I just don't feel like it'd be good as a film. A TV series makes sense to me because, like most comics,
Mm-hmm.
the only reason why the MCU works is because it's all interconnected and all the stories are bounce off each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
they stand alone as a beginning, middle, and end.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Though you can argue that some of the movies and stuff that they've done is just
Some are not as strong as the others, for sure.
Yeah, or they're just there to set up the next thing.
Exactly, for sure. Doctor Strange, as much as people like it and like Doctor Strange, I have my own feelings about Doctor Strange, what I will not get into right now. However, you will know that I know that we know, all of us know, that was just a setup, for him to be in Endgame.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was just to introduce the Infinity Stone.
Right.
I would say the same thing about DCEU, but they're just all over the place. They're just chucking shit at the wall.
It's making sure it stick. And if it kind of stuck, it's at the bottom of the wall.
It's over there.
It did it. It's tomato still right there. See it?
Like it's a very loose connective tissue, and it doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't seem like we went into it before, like how I said that Wonder Woman's universe and world the first one seemed very complete and like her character was well defined, and then it's like you throw her into the Zack Snyder gritty realness that they tried to do in Batman versus Superman, and then also having like this more of a fun, more kind of in a comedic kind of has some comedic moments and dark moments of Aquaman with James Wan directing it and stuff.
From what I've heard from the writer of Batman vs Superman, that they didn't have access to the Wonder Woman or the Aquaman scripts when they were plotting those characters within BVS, which premiered prior to either one of them.
Okay.
So they couldn't guess on what the characters were going to be. They were just writing basic character.
Right.
To basically a plot point.
Got it.
That's all they were there for.
Well, then that makes a lot more sense. There needs to be more of a teamwork effort. Yeah. Like this, I know people are, who are firm DC fans and don't particularly like anything Marvel or Disney right now, but you have to admit that getting together and trying to plot out a map at least to kind of work as a team on that basic level can help make these movies thread together at least in a way that is satisfying, that everyone can kind of understand what's going on here, and
It's
you
an
know,
executive issue.
yeah. But you know, some people would argue you don't necessarily need to do that, but if it seems like,
well, I mean, if you're trying to connect a universe like
yeah,
this,
that's true. I
you
don't
need to
know.
have one constant. Marvel has a constant. They have Kevin. There's no constant in the Warner Brothers DC universe. They've already had 3 different DC heads since the first DC movie that they've done
It's
in this
not, yeah.
universe. They've been bought out or purchased, I think, twice maybe. AT&T bought Warner Brothers, or DC. Warner Brothers bought DC, and then DC and Warner Brothers got bought by AT&T / Viacom or something like that, or
Okay.
Viacom Sony. I can't remember, one of the two. But like, there's just the whole thing is just like Marvel's done this. We have to get on their level. Except you have to make a decision,
To
make
be a
it happen,
competitor.
and then you jump all these plot points to make the characters actually good, and then
You cut corners.
and the stories don't make any sense, and there's just it just there's no connective tissue, and you're just basically trying to hold it by the tiniest strand of spider thread.
Hanging on by a shoestring.
Yeah, and the same thing. Like if they try to make The Boys a movie, it wouldn't work. Like it wouldn't work. It needs to have consecutive stories so it can continue the plot.
There's way too much going on. Yeah. If we just say, hey, we have this character here and we have that and whatever, it's like, what? Who?
Yeah, I just don't like so much stuff happens within the confines of a single graphic novel that you're not gonna get everything you want out of it. Like let's take for Watchmen for example. Like they basically were faithful to the entire story, panel for panel. They used it as the shooting script, and it only worked. It worked fine, but
It is long.
It was a 2.5, 3 hour movie for a reason. They had to do the Justice League Snyder cut 4 hours to make everything work because they were trying to smush everything together into one thing. And Snyder's, this is the only way that you're going to make this work and make the characters make sense for the most part. You need, they're just like, yeah, 4 hours. How you plan on doing this?
You get an intermission.
Yeah.
I almost went, speaking of which, they almost went to, remember the Grindhouse was releasing their movies back to back and they had an intermission. I almost did that for my birthday, but I was like,
oh, that would have been fun.
Never mind. I don't think any of the, I didn't think I found a theater that was really near me that had the movie, so I couldn't do it.
I didn't like Death Wish, so.
Death Proof?
Death Proof, yeah. I mean, it's a well-acted movie, but it's just.
I prefer Death Proof over.
The other one's more fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's parts of that movie that what's it called? One with Cherry. Cherry's in the one where she has the one leg.
Yeah, but she's also in the other one too, as just a different character.
Yes, it was the first victim we see.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Planet Terror. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Planet Terror. Yeah, it was fun. I just like I feel like the action in Pursuit of Death Proof was pretty cool. But anyway.
No, the action when they got into it was fine, but it took 45 minutes to get to the point where you advanced the plot.
We were trying to get to you to know the characters and see.
That's fine. Yeah, like I said, it's a well-acted story. It's just it drags because nothing's really happening.
Right.
You're not getting any revelations or anything. You already know he's the bad guy. He's just stalking them the entire time.
And you're like, oh,
looking at their feet.
Smelling the feet. Worship the feet.
He does smell the feet.
Yeah, he licks the feet. Sean doesn't like feet. Have you ever heard that song, the booty song? It was like, worship the booty, cradle the booty, kiss on the booty, rub on the booty.
No.
It's like a 3-minute song that's like that. But if it was Quentin Tarantino, it would say, worship the feet, touch the feet, rub on the feet, lick on the feet, wear the feet, watch the feet.
The only movie I saw that actually has an intermission in it was The Hateful Eight. I watched the 70 millimeter or whatever it was. That was fun. I wouldn't mind doing that more if more movies did a longer movie with the intermission.
That's what Justice League would have had, pretty much.
It would probably have been okay. They just couldn't figure out how to make the most profit from it because it's such a long movie. There would be so few screens.
Yeah, because like then you have to think about mom and pop trying to take the family out to see it. Because honestly, I know you don't. Sean, I know you don't care about mom and pop and grandma and them that want to go.
It's not for them.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's Superman. Grandpa grew up on Superman. Grandpa
you could watch
bought
it in two parts. You had two options. One.
Come on.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. No, go for it. Go for it.
You have two options. You can either watch three options technically. One, you watch each movie on its own at your own intervals, and they can release it at separate times. Like you can release one time, and then 2 or 3 months later you release the second one. Kind of like how they did the Matrix when they released the second and third one the same year. Or you purchase the extended one and you just have an intermission, basically marathoning it.
Yeah, it's up to you. All right, but I'm just saying, like, people in our country who want things now, immediately, the way they want it, when they want it, they gonna want to bring little Timmy, Kate, and Ashley to go see Superman movie. And it's gotta be, come on, man. I'm just saying that's what they were afraid of. I'm talking as the people.
The time is definitely going to make a lot of decisions for people who are not gigantic fans of the property.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, talking as Warner Brothers. What about my nuclear family that's trying to go and see a movie on the weekend? I'm just saying that's where the snag came from, for sure.
So we got way far away from Invincible.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you want to talk about this last episode that we just watched?
I'm scanning my brain for all the messed up stuff that I saw.
I like that William is the one that whooped the dude's ass at the end.
He said, "You ain't going nowhere, bitch." He said, "Catch these hands."
And then Invincible walks up, just jacks him and breaks his jaw. His
jaw is completely dislocated. But he deserved it because he was running away like, y'all don't understand, you bitch asses. Anyway, I'm taking people's. He was just like, his emotions are right there. Mm-hmm. I would have decked him too.
He works fast, by the way. He works fast.
Yeah, he grabbed him that night.
He grabbed him that night and already had them all indoctrinated.
In the sewers.
In the sewers.
He was straight up lizard man this shit. He was doing the lizard man in this joint right next door to the turtles. You're right. They would set up there to get free pizza and beer. Just reach up.
Cowabunga.
Anyway,
they should do Invincible should do something where they have their own Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That might be coming up.
That'd be kind of fun.
I love at the beginning the first guy who got caught. That's where the Invincible card came in. So the guy stumbles out the frat boy who's like, I'm so or whatever. I was like, who is this voice? I know this voice. Turned out it was fucking Morty Rick.
Justin Roiland.
Yeah, Justin Roiland. And they had to get him to scream. He's like, no! It was definitely a Morty scream. It was so good. It was so good. It was a good opening. It got me going. I was like, who is this voice? I know this voice.
I like the writing on this show too. They set things up the way it should be set up in a story, especially a story that's only going to be like 30 minutes. And they start with the thing that's going to be the main problem, and then they go into the more serialized versions of what's happening with the characters that we've been following. And that's how you're supposed to do it. All right?
Take notes.
Take notes, other shows.
See, we shit on Amazon Prime because of the bad movies that are on there, but damn it, they're doing this one right.
Whoa.
Me, what?
Me right here, man. We've been having a good time watching Invincible. We're all going out there. We're gonna get some beers, some sodas. We're gonna drink both of them at the same time. That's my favorite drink.
That's
Beer
what you like
soda.
to. That's what you like to drink.
I love beer soda.
How's your dolls?
They're all right, you know. Just keep them off to the side now. They just don't talk much.
I thought Master Shake burned them in outside.
That's why they don't talk much. I don't want to talk about it.
How's Boxy Brown?
Fuck that bitch.
I thought y'all were cool.
Nah, she cheated on me.
You mean he?
No, he's just transgender now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm
It's alright, not a lot of people know.
You have to tell Boxy I apologize for misgendering her.
It's alright. Not a lot of people know, like I said.
But you can't just accept the apology on her behalf.
You're right.
It's up to her.
I'm in an alpha bar.
A what?
Alpha meat bar. Because I'm a meat bar. Meat rod.
So do you want to talk about this last episode of Falcon Soldier Man?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to let you take point on this one.
Boy!
I thought it was better of the episodes.
This
for sure.
might have been the best episode of the series as a whole. If I had to rank them, it'd probably be this one, the first episode, second episode, and then other two can be interchangeable. Doesn't matter. Maybe the third one's the fourth, my fourth favorite because it had the most action in it.
Yeah. Before anyone is like, you just don't like those other episodes because Zemo's in it, and you might be right. All right, I sure am. I sure am.
He's the problem, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's
nothing.
He dampens the story because it becomes plot based. This time we slow down. We talk to our characters more. It's not nonsensical banter.
We'll go for it. I'm sorry.
It's not bantery bullshit. It's not that we go here, we make funny jokes at each other. I was supposed to go left. Well, I went left. Why didn't you go right? It's stupid. This is like they slow down. They have actual conversations about things that is going on within this universe and with them together.
Yeah.
That's how you do storytelling.
I think you said probably the most accurate thing, that this is probably, it felt different because it seems like they probably filmed this before the lockdown, because it seems like everyone is taking their time actually like doing I'm no shade on the performances, but I think the performances in this episode was probably the best.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Number two with Isaiah, definitely a great scene. Yeah. Great performances all around in that scene. But this one, like when he's actually sitting down and talking to his sister, and he actually kind of opened up, I'm like, this is a scene that we really needed for a very long time.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I don't know much about writing or anything, but I definitely felt like when you had problems with their banter back and forth, like I get what they were trying to do. They're trying to make it fun and funny, but it also felt like they were just filling the gaps between scenes. It didn't seem like, I don't want to discredit anyone's writing, because like I can't do this. I couldn't write like this.
Anyone can write this show.
No, I don't think so. It just didn't seem like it was. It's like, why? What is this doing? What is this need? It's also because it's got to be entertaining and keep people's attention and see that they're, having, it's like fun and it's But this episode, we finally get down to brass tacks, and it was good.
Yeah, I would be curious to find out if they filmed this one before lockdown. It feels like there's the first one and maybe part of the second one, and this episode was all filmed prior to things because it was stateside. So they probably filmed everything in Georgia. They knocked it all out, and then they started doing stuff overseas, and then things started going south. And that's why things feel kind of hollow.
And then some of the special effects kind of look a little rushed. Okay. I definitely liked when he reunited with both Eli and Isaiah with that last speech, and it's just like tea was spilled everywhere. But I do like that you can understand like his resentment and bitterness towards the Shield and towards what America, and then at the same time someone like Sam who has never didn't experience that and can sympathize, but also needs to say that I'm going to carve a new way forward because now this is a better opportunity.
Yes.
Moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only way to live and keep moving forward.
Yeah, and he's making his own path.
Right, and that was great. That was great. My favorite.
He's using his platform essentially
Exactly.
to better not only himself but
everyone.
The people who respect him.
And now Carly is full terrorist mode.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's
Kaiju
just
mode.
it's time.
She's
Sicko
full
mode.
kaiju mode.
Full kaiju mode, not sicko mode. Kaiju mode.
I think this last episode is going to be pretty decent because, like I said, I feel like they filmed all the stateside stuff first before they went overseas. So I feel like maybe they got through these last 2 episodes in full before the pandemic, and they had more time with it. So it's going to be a more normal story.
Mm-hmm. Full rounded, fresh.
Yeah,
chocolate.
And we know it's going to end with the reveal of the Captain America, Sam Wilson.
Yeah.
With Bucky at his side
and probably the full reveal of U.S. statesman, or what is it called?
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent. Lame.
I imagine. I don't think U.S. agent's gonna show up in MCU movies. He'll probably be like
a fringe threat,
a constant through any other additional series.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he'll show up in Spider-Man. That's kind of a street level thing.
He might show up if they get Falcon and he might show up like how what's his name, Frank Grillo's character got yeeted in the beginning of Ultron. They might do something like that.
Maybe.
He got yeeted. He got booped.
I had this epiphany the other day about them, at least with these MCU shows, with this phase. They're making the bad guys fun.
And I don't like to turn them face. Yeah.
And maybe turn them face in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It takes away from. I think I needed to backtrack everything I just said.
Mm-hmm.
It's a characterization problem.
Mm-hmm.
So Loki, I think, is a fluid character.
Yeah.
He does things that's best for him.
That suits him. Yeah.
He tries to kill Thor again in the last movie that they did.
Ragnarok?
Yes. He tries to kill him or abandon him in some fashion. Right. Because he was trying to do what was best for him at that time. Even when he dies, when Thanos kills him, he didn't do it to save anybody else. He was trying to save his own ass. And Thanos caught him out.
And also his brother, he's gray. I feel like at the end of the day,
they have more of a mutual respect for each other.
He still I think he still loves Thor as a brother.
Maybe
in a rival type of way.
Sure, like I could see how that would work, but but his main character trait is that he is all about himself. He only takes care of himself first and foremost. And when he dies in Infinity War, War, he's just trying to save his own ass.
The Loki fangirls are gonna get you.
How? It's what he's trying to do.
I don't know. This is not. I think he had the end of Ragnarok pretty much was like, you're a good. He's like, brother, you're a good leader, and you were born to do this. I'm not in my feelings anymore, but I'm still an opportunist. I'm not gonna hang around, but gang, you cool with me. It was kind of like a full closure. If we go back and watch Thor Ragnarok, it's pretty much implied that they're basically neutral again.
Because that's what's best for him at that time.
Okay.
I'm just saying, he has a consistent character arc where he does what's best for him.
Yeah, okay.
Zemo decided to turn himself in to the Wakandans.
Are you going to try to break out of there? You think you're going to break out of there?
Well, he's going to the raft, so it doesn't matter. Raft has nothing to do with Wakanda. So they essentially turned him face during this series.
I don't like it.
And the way they go about it is asinine. Because it don't matter. He killed King T'Chaka.
Yeah.
They don't matter.
No, it do matter to me.
Well, yeah.
It's some bullshit.
The actual of him doing it, yeah, but he's not going to change face in my mind. He's always
it's
going to be a
over.
heel.
I hope that's the end of his story. We never see him again.
I doubt it. He'll probably show up on our TV show. We'll probably get the Dancing Zemo TV show.
No.
It's going to be him trying to start his own band. He's got all the social outcasts.
Baron and the Zemos.
I think the raft has Abomination on it too, from Hulk.
Uh-huh.
And I imagine they're gonna try to start doing the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zemo's gonna be one of the characters within the Thunderbolts.
All right. Well.
Because they did way too much character development, if you can hear my quotations, to really just kick him off to the side without doing anything with him. But other than that, the episode was great.
Looking forward to the next one. Is there anything else you want to talk about today? Thanks so much for listening to Poorly Reviewed. We'll be back with another one next week, as usual. And recall each month, if you like this content, please consider liking this content. And if you have any recommendations, if you've seen Ghost of Darkness or any Neil Breen product, Deaundra Brown products, and think that there's something that is in a similar vein that we will be interested in, or some early 2000s schlock that fell under the radar, which is my personal favorite type of schlock, please just comment below and let us know, and just look forward to more content from us coming down the line in the future. Anyway, it's been Asia.
I am Sean.
And take care of each other. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Adios.
Is that the mother? Is that it? What is that? Oh, it's got a mouth at the bottom.
Yeah, that's a squid.
It's scary. I don't like.
Oh, it's okay.